Hello everybody, Ken here, and welcome back to Hades. Hope you're all doing well today. Let's get back into it, as always. We've got 63 attempts, 20,000 foes slain. Let's have a little look at our fated list as well, see what we're up to. We still have not finished the Queen's Plan, so we need to get close to a few more people. Zeus, we have not finished going close to. Artemis, Ares, Hermes, and Demeter. So we've done Dionysus, we've done Aphrodite, and Athena, and Poseidon. So we should probably look into those a little bit more, and see if we can level those up a little bit. Okay. Otherwise, we got a new bed. We got our lyre, of course, which is pretty rockin' now. And I think we're good to go. So let's get into it. Hope everyone's having a nice Wednesday. Hope you're staying safe and hydrated. I believe we leveled the Hades Spear up. So, or did we use that? Did we actually use the Hades Spear? I want to say maybe we did, but let's put the Achilles Spear on. I think we maybe used the Hades Spear last time we did a spear run. But it does have bonus. Stuff. So always nice to get some bonus darkness. Okay. So we can actually see here we've forged bonds with Poseidon, Athena, Aphrodite, and Dionysus. So I guess maybe we go for Artemis. We go for Zeus. We could go Ares. Ares kind of nice. The spear doesn't hit super hard, so the doom on the spear can be kind of nice. Let's give that a whap and see how we go. And we do need to add a new thing here. We could go with tight deadline. I feel like we have enough time here that it shouldn't be a huge issue. We could add I'm not a big fan of heightened security. We could add some jury summons, just get a few more foes. That's not too bad. I feel like it can sometimes be awkward, but it's not too much of an issue. Or we could knock up extreme measures a bit and then take off like convenience fee. Also a possibility. Should we try that? Let's try that. There we go. See how that goes.
Do your worst, Father.
Hey Zach, Thesis is pretty strong, but we have something stronger. Family. Alright, hope you're all strapped in, strapped on. Hello, Revelation, good to see you.
And made their altered form serve you quite well.
Yeah. Okay. We on this? We can take it on the attack. That's okay. We could also take the epic slicing shot and give that a shot. We haven't done a slicing shot for a while. Maybe we pick up Artemis and we try and go for the hunting blades, which I'm not sure we've ever actually had.
Fight me. You're just in time.
They go a little bit faster than they do in my head. In my head, they're a lot slower. They're actually pretty quick. Do they stagger enemies? No. Okay, good to know. Always good to check things like that before we get too deep in. As he does it. Okay, nice and clean. Make sure we're getting our things back so we can cast some more. And there we go. Just like that. Nicely done. Always good to be back in Hades. It's a nice day here. I did a bit of gardening earlier. Took out some poppies that have been growing, which are very pretty, but they do take over the place. They get very big. And then they've got those big poppy pod seed pods that kind of end up everywhere. Oof. Okay, there we go. More Doom, or do we take some money? Money always welcome, but we'll get another boon. We need to make sure we have a couple early on so that we have something to sell. Remember, we will have to sell a boon at some point. Oh man, did not factor in the damage there. I didn't take my own advice. There we go, nice and clean. Nice big stabs. Finish everything off. I hope everyone's enjoying themselves. I know some of you are watching the football tonight, so I hope you enjoy that. We could take another dash. We could combo the Blade Rifts. Definitely a possibility. They're both epic as well, which means that we can kind of... Also, we can compare sizes here. So you do get a slightly smaller Blade Rift on the dash than you get from the cast. Oh, I took convenience fee off, so we should actually factor that in. It was not going to make a huge difference, but it will mean we can buy stuff a little bit more easily from the shop, so we don't need to save up quite as much as we have done in the past, which is always good. I've been watching ENB, Epic Name Bro, play this over the last week. And that's just made me want to play it. Normally, I don't actually... Now I've played a lot of Hades, I don't get the impulse between weeks. But watching him play made me want to play it more. And there we go. Athena, we've already maxed out, of course, so not as necessary.
It wasn't lost during the war. A magnificent weapon in deserving hands.
Deflect on the attack, pretty okay. Not the best thing to have deflect on because it is quite single target. But obviously we do get the dash attack, which is quite cool. I wouldn't mind taking Holy Shield. I was thinking about taking the attack, but we'll take Holy Shield for now. It's quite a nice defensive skill to have.
You're back. Welcome. Ah, there you are, Prince. I was just thinking about how grateful I am that you got me out of that contract with your father. It's been a real weight off my shoulders, truth be told.
Haha, very good.
You never seemed particularly concerned even before, sir. Must say you're very good at hiding your worries.
And I could say the same to you. Look, I know you were concerned for my well-being. Now you don't have to be. And I'll still be around to help you out.
I wonder what Sisyphus does now that he doesn't have anything to do specifically. I guess he just hangs out with Boldy, has a nice time.
Certainly.
I'll take the darkness. It's the greediest of the options, but so this is the dash attack is where the deflect could come in handy if we'd taken that. But not needed at the moment. We'll do a little bit of fishing, of course.
Knuckleheads.
Loop. Loop. Right, this one is the next one.
There.
Or the next one is the one, I guess. This one is the next one. And we'll go for a bit of darkness here. Our clear time's not super fast, but you know, any darkness is good darkness. This is Blade Bonanza at the moment. Look at this. Also, I forgot we have the Achilles Spear. I should actually be using that. I'm not using that. I've not been using that at all.
You know, I've better things to do.
But we are using the aspect of Achilles, so I should make use of that to make my attack stronger. It will also work on cast, I believe. Yeah, attacks or casts, so not specials, but because obviously it is our special attack, but make our it's quite a lot stronger as well. It's 125%, so it's a big buff for our casts. So we can kind of make this into a cast build of sorts if we wanted. It's kind of nice seeing all the spinnies, like the dubstep build, you know? Your dash hits 3 times, but 25% range. I love this one a lot. Out of the choices we have, this is actually okay, but the damage is at the tip, so it's quite far to get. The lower dash distance does hurt us a bit, for sure. It makes getting away from Hades quite difficult. That's where it can kind of hurt you, but the serrated point does so much damage on the burn. And like, remember, we can always get away with our spear if we need to, so we have that as like a backup tool. So that kind of supplements the fact that we don't have as long a dash, because we kind of have this built-in escape tool. Pom. I think we take the these early ones are not too bad, these early trials, so we can kind of afford to take them. Athena is actually honestly one of the easier ones, as long as you're a bit more patient. I actually don't think Ares is too bad either, but I'll put it on the special because we are now looking to hit repeatedly with our attacks, so the Doom's a little bit less good.
You'd choose one of my relatives instead of me, though I myself was first to contact you.
That's fair.
Alas, I must respond to you in kind.
I drink a lot of water during Hades, because I drink whenever they're talking.
I hate to do this, Athena.
There we go. Beautiful. So far, so good.
Zagreus, and I take no offense. Exacting vengeance is just something we Olympians all do from time to time.
They love a bit of vengeance on Olympus. They really do. Okay, so we could now take the thing. The Surefooting, a great perk again. I'll take the Divine Strike. I do think, you know, now we have Serrated Point. It's we're using this dash attack a lot. So the fact that it just, look at this, just deflect anything in our way is going to actually be really nice for us. We can now afford to go to the shop. Hypothetically, we could actually take an upgrade here, wouldn't hurt, but with the money we've got, we can fairly reasonably buy a couple of things from the shop, which is always nice. I think we buy this first. It's unlikely that we're going to want anything to upgrade anything new we get.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah, I would look at this, up to 74% already. Very nice. Merciful End. Your abilities that can deflect immediately activate Doom effects. Oh, this is cool. Let's I kind of like Engulfing Vortex as well, though, and this would let us get the other thing, but we should take the duo we haven't had yet. So now if we apply Doom, we can now hit them and immediately proc the Doom, which is kind of fun.
Hello, Fury Sisters.
Ready, Tess.
I think it said it dealt bonus Doom damage as well. I'll have to check that one.
I trust you're taking excellent care of
I love the little bat. Little batty.
Oh, she's been positively perfect, thank you, Meg. Especially in how she puts us into contact when I need a hand. I hope it's not too much hassle helping out from time to time.
It's always nice for Meg to come along.
If you were hoping to avoid a hassle, you've definitely come to the wrong place.
I'm never looking to avoid a hassle. That's why I'm here. And there we go, look at that. Furies vanquished. Took a little bit of damage there. Wasn't super clean, but we're okay. It was pretty quick. I do want to look at that boon again. Doom combo damage. Okay, yeah. So we do 80 doom damage, and then I guess we do an extra 40 if we pop it with Merciful End, which is cool. So that's like an easy 120 damage if we just special then hit, and then special and then hit. We can kind of combo like that, which is pretty tasty sounding, to be honest. Now, I do want to pick up Zeus, because I was saying I did have a look. We can talk to Zeus with any weapon to get his secret thing. So I think we lose Holy Shield here. It's okay, but we can afford to lose it. I wouldn't mind a Chaos Gate, honestly. So let's do it. Maybe we can get an extra cast or something like that, or just some extra pure damage, big chunk of health. Always nice to build up early on.
Getting warmer.
Right. Let's just adjust my chair for a second. There we go. Okay, and also avoids us getting gems, which is not something we super need. So. Oh, we can do a gift as well. I think we have done a gift with Chaos before. Or maybe we haven't actually. Maybe we've just now unlocked it. I thought we'd given them one. Or maybe there's a bonus for this second gift.
If you'll forgive me, Master Chaos, this ambrosia is intended to be given to those whom I care about, and I can think of few recipients I'd like to have it more.
We have to establish that we're going to give it to them even though they have no use for it and don't really care about it. Because as established, it's the thought that counts, you know?
I shall accept this as a final offering, O Son of Hades. For I have given it additional consideration and decided that my previous analysis of your intentions was too narrow, too inaccurate, and I regret comparing what you have been doing to an act of theft. Respond.
Don't even mention it, please, Master Chaos. All of this is new for me as well. I try never to overanalyze. My father does enough of that for all of us. I just know when I encounter the primordial creator, I'm going to give thanks. For everything.
That seems pretty reasonable to me, Zag.
I see. Then your response is quite acceptable. And since the act of giving is not an exchange, let us say that you already had my gratitude.
Okay. Let's take our boon, and there we go. Bond Forged Chaos.
Hades, how it is you came to find me in this space, and I have gone unseen by most for quite some time. I have wondered this as well, and think that our connection to Goddess Nyx is the most likely answer.
Oh, interesting. I presumed Hades had kind of presented themselves to us, but in fact, maybe not. We just kind of stumbled into them. Okay, Dash Strike deals plus 70% damage. That's fantastic. Even less range, but we can deal with that. Our Dash Strike is the thing we are using primarily, so that's fantastic. We don't really need nectars. We don't super need rerolls either at the moment, so I will take the gems. We get a bit of gold out of that. Always welcome. Look at our tiny little dashes. I guess we don't technically need to dash attack. We can just go through and then poke them. Ah, the damage is good. That's what we like to see. And because I'm using the attack more often to proc this doom damage with Merciful End, we're actually not using our Achilles as much, but it will still be up, because if we do this and then attack, then it runs out this and attack. So it will be up every time we use our attack, and then when it runs out, we will get it on the next special anyway. So even though it's not perfect, we're still going to have it up all the time, so it doesn't really matter. We will take Hermes, because I'd love more dashes to compensate for our reduced dash distance, which we do have even after our Chaos Boon wears off. Nice thing is, as well, the special does pierce through enemies, so we can hit multiple people with it as well. Which is always very welcome. We kind of got two things on the go here, which is nice. Between the Merciful End and the hunting blades, or the
What's inside?
just
Well,
these
maybe not exactly,
chain
but
blades,
just
I
get
guess.
something, will you?
Okay, what do we got? More dashes. Perfect. I'll take it. It's still so underwhelming how far we go, but
Sure, why not?
very welcome. Hey, Ariva, good to see you. Hope you're keeping well.
Fish. I am victorious.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. Look at that emote. That is outstanding. Big fan of that. I was going to look at it, but I can't get out the window easily.
Moving right along.
Yeah, that was pretty quick. They're generally not too bad. I mean, now I've now got auto approvals because I've had the emotes for long enough that they've given me auto approvals. But when I was having to get them manually approved, I felt like they were actually going reasonably quickly. Just a few hours. That is quick. Wow. Clearly they saw your last emote and were like, okay, we need to make sure any emotes from Riva, we got to get them through quick because they're good stuff.
I pitied him.
You had a dream that someone gifted a few subs?
Him from his thorny shell. Now he stews resentfully down there. You needn't bear the brunt of his frustrations.
And Zeus's Aid, a great boon. Very happy to have that one. I think perhaps our Chaos boon has evolved. Yes, it has. Perfect. Okay, so we still have lower dash damage, but not or dash range, but not as little as we had before, which is good. This build already feels pretty strong from what we've got going so far. Okay, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. We've got a lot of stuff going on, but it does feel pretty good. That Merciful End is very strong. I know that's the thing they used on the speed run for the when you do the speed run of the very first run, to beat the game on your very first attempt with a fresh save. They use that because you're guaranteed to get Athena and Ares. And Merciful End is a very powerful tool that you can get out of that. We'll spend a little bit on here. You have not picked this up since you bought it. Oh, so you did pick it up. Nice. I'm sure you'll enjoy it when you get around to it. It takes a little bit to get going. You definitely die a lot at first, but it's good fun. Let's give her a gift.
I'll never tell you you're a real sweetheart, hun. Because if not, I'm telling you right now. Where would my culinary practice be if not for you?
I think your culinary practice would be every bit as extraordinary, though I'm pleased to have done small service to you in this great pursuit.
Well, we both know you've done a lot more for me than that. I wasn't expecting to make any new friends here anytime soon, so all the more reason it's been a real treat to get to know you. If I may say, you're a hell of a guy, Your Royal Majesty.
Aw, that's very sweet of you, Eurydice. And there we go. Bond forged. Smashing them. We're really getting through the bonds, which is good, because I think that's what we need to do to unlock the final part of the game. Or the story, at least.
Sure is different since last he and I met. You know, back when he was still living and breathing and all.
I think the experience of trying to rescue you, failing, dying, becoming court musician, refusing to sing, then being locked in solitary confinement, then finding out about you probably did a number on him.
It's a lot to go through.
You seem to be getting along last I saw.
Oh, we're getting along great. Better than ever. He used to be a bit more of a hotshot, but now it's like he's a little more, what's the word? Sensitive? Now I can always tell exactly what's on his mind.
We'll grab a Pompoid. We've got a lot of boons going on. I'd be reasonably happy upgrading any of them. Curse of Pain, Zeus's Aid, Blade Dash, and Slicing Shot. So that's basically all of the main boons that we hadn't, apart from the one we already had upgraded, which I think was the dash, maybe, or maybe the divine strike was the one we already had upgraded, I think. Okay, that's pretty solid, really. We've got a nice core to our build to go from, so now it's just moving forward. We don't really the health wouldn't hurt, to be honest.
Just what I need.
I do want to check what we actually need for hunting blades. I'm actually going to crank up the doom damage on that because of the merciful end. Right, okay. Olympian gods, Artemis, boon list. Here we go. Hunting blades. You need a deadly strike, flourish, hunter dash, or Artemis' 8. Oh, we can't actually take any of those, so we'd have to replace something we already have, which isn't ideal. Maybe we don't get hunting blades this time. It doesn't matter too much with what else we have.
Ransom here, and whatever price he charged you, it was worth it.
But I guess, you know, if we could True Shot, did True Shot actually work? I can't remember. Because I would consider taking True Shot. No, it doesn't. Okay, that's disappointing. That's the one we didn't get. I don't necessarily know that I love either of these all that much. Maybe we do a reroll here. Pressure points is okay.
What I need right now.
Criticals are always okay. Here we go. The dash strike will deal more damage. I think this actually might be the way to go, even though we lose the blade dash. It will be heroic, which is pretty good.
I'm sure Lord Ares won't mind.
We still have the cast, this thing on the cast, which is nice. But I think it will actually work out slightly more synergistically because it's going to improve our dash damage, and we can potentially get hunting blades for the slicing shots. Okay, right, the chamber has changed, which is a little scary, but there we are. Oh, look at that damage, it's so good. I think our dash strike damage is just nuts, even without the bonus from the.
It shall be so.
There we go. It's a little chaotic. It's one of those builds where there's a lot going on at once. It's kind of difficult to remember what you're supposed to be doing at any one time. We did take a fair whack of damage there. I think just all the lava, honestly. I ended up standing in it a bit. 1-1, man. This is stressful. Damn. 1-1 already. What time did they start?
For now, I presume.
Did they start at 8 o'clock? Oh, no, we don't have any cash here. Doesn't necessarily matter, but... what do we actually want to sell? This is the problem, is we don't actually have that many good things to sell. Our build is pretty finely crafted. We may actually have to sell... I don't want to sell the slicing shot. I don't want to sell any of this. This is tough. I would honestly sell the call. This is an awkward one.
Should I take the trade? What else?
Yeah, I think we sell the call. It's a good call, but it's the least important to the build that we're running at the moment. So
should I change things up?
we do want to get more Artemis, so we have a chance to find the and with stuff being a bit cheaper, we'll grab the extra healing.
Got it.
It is okay. So just coming up on half time-ish then, I guess.
Much nicer climate.
Time flies when you're playing Hades, I'll say that. I guess we should get our other hammer. Hammer's always quite good on the spear. The spear by itself, not an incredible weapon by default, but I think it's a lot better once you start hammering it up. They booed Denmark's national anthem. Wow, why would you do that? After everything Denmark have been through. Ah, the England football fans are a nightmare. They really are. Special deals bonus damage to armor. Sure, that's okay. None of the others help us, so let's do it.
Barafa grows stronger.
Denmark feels harsh because, you know, they've dealt with a lot this tournament.
Strong blows.
Okay. Okay. This is nice. I like this. This feels pretty good, despite moving so slowly.
Possibly be the spear once wielded by the great Achilles there, can it? The shape is unmistakable. I mean, have you even the slightest just how many mortals got completely
Oh yeah, we
slaughtered by that
banged
thing?
this out.
It has seen some use.
Probably just take pressure points here. I mean, this is actually probably not too bad. But I think we just take pressure points. Get those crits in there.
Every strike counts.
Let's just toy around.
Who dares?
Who dares? I always get hit by those. I'm never like ready for them to be there. Okay, that was pretty good.
Worthless wretches.
Got it down to just within 64 out of 75, which is pretty nice. Okay, I almost just went straight into that. We probably do want the POM upgrade. We've got okay money. Again, we have cheaper shops at the moment anyway, so it's less of a concern than normal. Oh, I still got hit by that. I was being extra cautious as well. With the deflect, you can actually just get away with just attacking those things directly, because I think the deflect effect, say that quickly, the deflect effect stops the explosion from hurting you, which is nice. Nice little bonus.
Power of the gods.
We'll crank up the special, the doom damage on the special.
Excellent butterfly. Megara.
Get back.
There we go. All right.
Hello, Lord Ares.
Give us those duos. You know I need it. Wider area or pull foes in. Both okay. Let's go with the lasting longer. That actually gives us a chance to get the legendary, which is also kind of a nice thing to get if we don't get the hunting blades.
Thanatos?
Thanatos?
Find you here.
Whoa, careful.
Your father's forces making trouble for you, Zag.
Not too much, but let's hang out. Always lovely to see you, Than.
Think you can beat me again, Zag?
What do you think, Than? Dead.
think we're pretty comfortable here. There we go. Look at that.
That's quite enough of that.
Good to see it.
You're not too bad at this. Be seeing you.
Okay. I'll take the health there. We're in a good. There would have been an okay chance for duo boon. You can't. Actually, wait. I want to say maybe you can't get duo boons there anyway. I might be misremembering, but I think you can't get duo boons in the dual rooms just because of the nature of them.
Keep them coming.
So not actually the worst that we didn't go in there, because we don't really want their other stuff apart from maybe the legendary from Ares. So. Oof. Huge. The thing to be a little bit careful of,
Should be useful.
for 20 gold, our cast is pretty good. This might not be the worst thing to have. One of the nice things about...
Fountain chamber.
Oh, sorry, one of the things you have to be careful of with dash attacking all the time is that you don't have the iframes when you're dash attacking, or you don't have as many iframes when you're dash attacking. And that can sometimes be a little bit scary. All right, let's see if we can get a bit more lore from old Patroclus. Oh, here we go.
I've meant to ask you something, stranger. Would you mind doing me a favor, please? If it happens to come up along your path. Suppose I ought to tell it to you first, prior to asking a response.
Yeah, what would you like, Patroclus?
No, of course, sir. What is it? What's on your mind?
If I know my Achilles, then he's being rather guarded when it comes to this predicament we're in. How can somebody be so brash, yet hate to take unnecessary risks? Just let him know I said to risk it all.
You gotta risk it all
Risk
for
it
that
all.
biscuit.
Risk what all? He wants what's best for you. He wouldn't want anything to happen.
It's already long since happened. I dare say that right now, provided what you've said is true, then it appears we've more to gain than lose.
Achilles about to risk it all
For the weak.
for our boy Patroclus.
Take care then.
Oh, a fish. Okay. Interesting. I guess it makes sense. He's like, look, we already are living separately. You know? I'd rather see you again than be here on my own. Let's give it a shot.
My boons got stronger.
Pressure points, that's the crit chance, which is okay. When you deflect attacks, it deals more damage. I guess that doesn't hurt. Sure. Let's get into it.
We've nothing left to say to one another.
Wow.
Spawn, other than to battle.
Hair's looking nice today, Theseus.
You shall have what you came to do. What is the matter, fiend? Is your weak sense of resolve already shaken?
Shouldn't have got hit by that dash there. It is a little scary how fast, how much he comes at you when you don't have any dash to get away. But we do have the deflect to protect us, so we're almost better just attacking through him to deflect his attacks than trying to dash away. Which is why having the dash on the deflect on the dash attack is actually quite nice. Right, Dionysus. You dirty man.
Not yet.
I guess we still have the iframes even if we are short on the dash. So it's not too bad. Even if we're just dashing shortly, we've got 4 dashes, so we can just kind of iframe our way through things. Which is probably okay.
That was for you, good shade.
Starting to think we might have to give up on the dream of the hunting blades, but we do have a duo boon, even if it wasn't the one we were initially setting out for, so that's okay. You know, you don't win them all.
It's worth giving up.
I would sell this, even though it is quite a big bonus.
There goes that one.
Not the end of the world. Might make our damage a little bit lower, but always have to stop you. Exactly, Camo. Good to see you as well. Hope you're doing well. You gotta say thanks to your fan. You know, if you don't take care of your fans, what are you doing? Okay, final zone. I don't really have anything specific I want here, to be honest. Lovely to see you. Okay. I think we're in an okay spot. We could take more cast, but I don't honestly think it's that necessary. Pet the dog, thank the fan, beat the piss out of your dad.
Cheers.
Just a normal day in the House of Hades. Than's fan, that's what it's all about. Only Than's.
Gods grant me a swift satyr sack.
Perfect gameplay loop, exactly. Pet a dog, say thanks to a fan, and then fight your dad in Mortal Kombat. Can't go wrong. What more could you want from video games?
Time's up.
Doesn't look like we're going to be getting this this duo boon unless we can get it out like the shop or something. I didn't check the shop.
Next. It's no use.
Our even if I don't do the thing, our dash damage is pretty good anyway. Obviously, it's a lot higher if we prop the Doom effect, but it's pretty good even if we don't have the Merciful End going. This is spicy. Sure, why not? Bit of cash for a bit more cast damage. All right, they're next to each other. This is good.
Okay, goodbye.
There we go. One of the more awkward rooms, I think, the one with the poison spitter. Having deflect makes it a lot more manageable, but okay, yeah, no boons down there. Interesting. So yeah, it looks like sadly we're not going to get our hunting blades, but that's not the end of the world.
Maybe this way.
Sometimes you got to make do with what you get. That's the thing. Is I was saying this recently. Like, you can't necessarily rely on a single thing, a single build to show up. That's why you diversify. We ended up with a different duo boon that has actually been really good for us. So we'll get hunting blades another time. Not the end of the world. And in the meantime, we'll just keep pressing on with what we do have. Which is deadly. And chaotic on screen as well. Come over here. Get away from the thing. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Feels pretty good. I like it. I like it.
I'm back.
Ooh, a fish.
That's a bite. Another stone wall.
Okay, another stone wall indeed. And dashed right through that chain blade there, but luckily, or saw blade, I guess. Luckily, didn't get myself in trouble. I think maybe we destroyed it. I don't know if you can. Oh, you can deflect them, I guess. But I'm just staying down here where it's kind of safest. If you get up the other end, you kind of get into range of the saw blades a lot easier. You do want to be careful. There we go. Looking good.
Here we are.
And there we are. Beautiful.
Sufferers can never get enough of this stuff.
Good to see. And I guess we'll take Zeus's aid back. It's not as good as it was when we had it the first time, but you make do. Always good to see you, Zeus, even if you are a nightmare of a person. You are pretty handy. Oh, we do actually have a Hades thing here. Maybe we can get it.
I'll take this.
Ah! I didn't see it because I think it was one we couldn't afford. We got it. Okay. Upgrade. Maybe an upgrade here.
Power of Olympus.
Let's just knock our attack damage up. That's going to be good. There we go. Look at these hunting. I like the symbol for this. The infused Artemis arrow. These aren't going to see them in action until we're actually in a fight because they don't think they do it when there's nothing around.
Cerberus moves for no one, but for Satasax, he can make an exception.
But hopefully that should put us in good stead. We should also check to see. I think it does give you bonus damage or something. Oh, it gives you more seek duration. I see. But either way, we're gonna get in on it. Gonna get it done. We're gonna try and get it done again. Number one tip.
Father.
Never underestimate the denizens of the House of Hades.
Again, you draw me from all my responsibilities
Right.
back at the house.
Because that's when they get you. They're always dangerous. Doesn't matter what build you have, you can always die. I can't even get that. I'm actually going to have to leave it because I can't get to it.
Darkness.
Oh, you.
Doesn't work right now.
What is the matter, boy?
See, look how much damage he's done to us already because I was being chaotic. I've got this low dash range.
Zacharias, I trust you had a pleasant journey here.
It went all right now that you mention it.
Oh, they're having a chat. That's nice. Okay, Hunting Blade's good for that. Maybe we shouldn't use it too much against actual dad.
Show yourself, Father.
Maybe I also shouldn't dash attack him too much because I need to make sure we can get away. See, look at that. Death Defiance already.
Oh, that hurt.
Deadly. Right, I need to be a little safer about my play. He says immediately getting hit.
Darkness. Darkness.
Okay, alright. Yeah, have to revise. Exactly, yeah. Sometimes you think you've got a good build going, and you have, but then when you actually come to fight your dad, you're like, oh, this doesn't actually work as well as I thought it did. Against him specifically, because of the way he fights.
You wish to anger me?
Ooh, another Death Defiance. Nasty. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't get close to this guy with a massive spear.
Blast it, little.
There we go. It wasn't too bad, but it was a little scarier than it could have been for how nice our build felt.
Defeated me somehow. And yet, you're quite strong.
Say hi to him.
Thanks very much. And there we go.
In my father's name.
All right. What do we want here? Achilles was okay. I don't feel. I keep forgetting to use. I didn't use my companion. Oh no, I used it in the other things. I just didn't use it against Hades, but that's fine. Right, definitely serrated point. That was a big deal. I feel like it's like. What is this pressure? Oh, pressure points, of course. Probably something like. Dash Strike deals more damage. Merciful End. More dashes. And then Hunting Blades. That looks like a thing, I guess. Maybe? I don't know. You've been using Chiron bow for your past dozen runs. You promise you'll branch out when you go back to completely finish it out. I mean, whatever works for you, you know? I've been rotating between them like one after another just because... that's my compulsion, is just to keep everything nice and even. I feel like I would fall into the trap of just using one over and over again. So I make myself rotate between them. But, it's nice when you get... Some of the weapons feel incredible, and when you have a good build with a weapon you like, you just want to stick with it.
Of ice and snow to break off from a nearby mountaintop and fall and fall and...
And here we are, back at home once more.
Thank you everyone, you're too kind.
Ooh, a little conversation between old Hypnos and Thanatos.
I've heard that your reports have been immaculate of late, Hypnos.
Oh yeah, Hypnos has been picking up his work, of course. This is good.
Can't be Zagreus.
We kind of gave him some pointers, right?
Oh, no, he doesn't help. It's just, I took to listing only the important stuff up top and spending just a bit more time on the priority reports, and guess it's working out.
There we go. See, you know, he's taken our advice to heart, and it's
Look, whatever the case,
doing him well.
The work's improved. It's been observed. You ought to keep it up.
Good stuff, Hypnos.
Aw, thanks.
Good work, Hypnos.
I love the way Thanatos just pieces out of everything. He never stays around. You hit the Chiron bow, got the hammer upgrade to up damage on subsequent hits, and then Doom special and synergy. Yeah. That's the thing, it's very tempting to just want to do the same thing. But I think the game does do a good job of encouraging you, you know, with all the Titan Blood rewards and the challenges in the book, the Fated List of Prophecies, you know.
Greetings, costly artwork.
Kind of gives you encouragement to experiment a little bit more. Which I think is good.
It's not been too much having to care for Cerberus, is it, Dusa? He isn't quite as fearsome as he seems. At least, That goes for 2 heads out of 3.
Oh, Cerberus is a good boy. He's fine. One of the highlights of the job for sure. We really hit it off after he finally realized I'm not a ball. So I've been feeding him, grooming him, changing his water dish.
Cleaning up after him?
Most definitely, yes. If you'll excuse me, by the way, he's gotta go. I mean, I've gotta go. I mean, you know what I mean.
Catch you later, Dusa.
Fates be merciful.
Oh dear. Right, let's tell Achilles he's got to risk it all for that biscuit.
I have a message for you from the fallen warrior over in Elysium, Achilles, sir. He simply said to let you know to risk it all.
To risk it all? He said to risk it all?
All of it.
Yes.
The whole thing.
There's something significant about that phrase.
When last he said to risk it all to me, I didn't listen to him then, but should have. I should have.
He's asking you to take another chance.
No. He's giving me another chance, I think. Leave me, lad, for now. Thank you for telling me.
Anytime, pal. Alright, let's pet this dog.
Hey, boy. Just as long as one of your 3 heads enjoys these pets.
I wonder which one's the vicious one. I wonder if it's the one on the floor. The one that's just super lazy. It's like that's actually the aggressive one. Or if the one on the left. The one on the left looks pretty sharp. So it could be the one that's a bit snappier, maybe. Okay. Anything else to say?
Cerberus is busily considering upon what else to gnaw.
I mean, mood. Same. Always considering what else I could gnaw on.
Starts and ends our brief exchange of pleasantries.
Father?
Take care, Father.
I must commend you on the most splendid lyre playing emanating from your bedchambers, my friend.
Oh, thank you, Orpheus.
We have a second court musician now.
Very kind of you. I couldn't have done it without you.
Give it a shot, mate. And for the kind words.
What a champ. Prophecy fulfilled. Oh, nice.
Come here.
Megara?
So you cleared out some of the satyr infestation near the surface then? How come the change of heart? Not like you to assist Lord Hades and such things.
I was kind of coerced into it.
I wasn't trying to do my father any favors, Meg. Those satyrs seem to hate me just as much as him. My one way out involves a detour straight into their dens.
An interesting coincidence. At any rate, that's one less problem for the rest of us to deal with. Until the satyrs all come back, at least, which won't be long.
I suppose not.
Okay. Let's turn in our fish, of course.
Here's the catch of the day.
A nice little rhythm. 5 fish. We did pretty well on that one. I feel like the fish often, apart from the ones at the end, aren't often worth too much of the things we're actually using at the moment, but you can always trade them up, so there's always room to get a bit more stuff as we go. We've actually got 16 Titan blood.
With chaos.
Nyx might be with chaos, that's true. She wasn't last time, but you know, never write it off. Any upgrades we fancy? We could evoke the grim stoicism of the underworld for 10 Titan blood. It's a little pricey, but certainly something to consider. I keep meaning to look up these and see if I like anyone in particular, and I always forget. Maybe one day I will do it. A wall flame for all to see in the lounge. It's quite expensive. We actually got quite a lot of cash. I wouldn't mind a burial fireplace.
Well, I don't see why
So
not.
let's give it a bash.
The comfort and the safety hazard of a roaring fire.
Just make it even hotter in the lounge. Look at that. Oh, okay, that's good. That wall. That wall's always felt a little bit like it. Just depicts a skeleton enjoying the afterlife. I like that. This wall's always felt a little empty, so that's good.
The light provided by the flames of deepest hell enhances the lounging area with a soft glow, and their warmth soothes the few living denizens there.
Yeah, see?
It's really quite cozy.
Nice little log fire. Always very relaxing to look at. Beautiful.
That's one more prophecy.
Gift of Song. 2 Ambrosia. I'll take it.
Slouch.
God of Wine. We have not gotten one of Dionysus's. I think that might be the last one that we haven't done, actually. I'm not quite sure. Certainly, unless one of the others hasn't shown up at all. We have not bought Touch of Sticks or Flame Wheels. I think Touch of Sticks requires the other perk, the other talent, which we don't tend to use very often because I don't like it as much. We haven't got the Charged Skewer, the Charged Volley, the Breaching and Cursed Slashes. We've still got a couple more Primordial Boons to get from Chaos, so maybe we'll try and look to pick those up just to get them done if we meet Chaos early on in a build. Have a little strum. "64 attempts, one for every Nintendo." All right, let's move on to the bow. I guess we used Chiron last time actually. So why don't we use Rama? We've not used Rama in a while.
Essence of celestial Sharanga.
What's all that racket over there?
Okay. I still want Zeus to get those things, and I do quite like Zeus on Rama. So let's give that a shot.
Righteous of the underworld, take heed.
And see how we do. Interesting. Twin Shot I really like. Rama's quite a slow charging weapon anyway. So the Twin Shot works nicely. Gonna amplify even more of that damage. Oh, there's gonna be more damage to amplify, I suppose. Which feels pretty good. So again, this Y attack, this rapid fire, will put a debuff on that we can then use to... it will add additional damage whenever we hit with our main attack, and that will hit any enemy, so we can kind of target everyone and then just hit one person and everyone gets hit by it, which is pretty cool. Very satisfying effect.
Must be my gleaming thunder signet that I transferred to you. Why, I could feel its call from all the way up here.
Okay. Now, honestly, I would like it on the special. Rather than on the attack, because obviously the attack we kind of want to bump up the whole base damage, not just add a little bit on top. This would be okay. I wouldn't mind taking the Thunder Dash though. Thunder Dash is quite a fun one. Just a bit of auto aim is always very welcome. Another important thing to notice: this thing, the Y attack, the secondary attack, does not stun enemies, which is important to notice, because obviously if we run into if we're trying to stop them attacking us, we can't rely on the Y attack for that. On the special attack, I should say.
Come on in. Not yet.
Also worth remembering, I do have my regular cast back now, so I can use it to amplify damage as well. You know what? We can actually go for chill on the special, because it would build up very quickly.
Let's go sneak.
Okay, I stood right in that. There we go. Okay, not too bad.
The heat has risen quite considerably there. Is that not so? And then if my foster brothers tampered with the temperature, I'll have to cool things off.
As always, your aunt comes round and suddenly she's... Oh, I guess it's your grandmother. Your grandmother comes over and she's immediately tinkering with the air conditioning, with the heating settings. And then your dad's like, oh, I turned it up to 23.
Perks you right up.
Your bloody mother. He wants it to be freezing in here. We'll catch a cold. I feel like it's honestly usually the other way around, where like your gran actually whacks the heating up, and then your dad's like, this is going to cost us a fortune. Yeah, see, this is nice because it's going to slow all the enemies we hit. And you see, we do get 3 stacks of it at a time. Perfect. Beautiful.
Colorful.
Gotta love it. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, I almost missed that. Okay, it's actually not that useful because it is only a little bit of health.
Those tropes are not for you.
We should probably take the health. You know, it's one of those things. If we were on a time limit, maybe not, but.
Useless.
Even if we've taken a bit of damage there, we're still likely to replenish everything. Worth doing. A little bit of a time sink, but not too bad.
Look who's here, Baldy.
Hello, Sisyphus. I have to be upfront with you. The Fury Megara and Thanatos. I know you're not exactly on the best of terms with either one of them, but they're both close to me. You won't hold it against me, sir, will you?
Look, Prince, it's not for me to judge you or your friends. The Fury Sisters, Master Thanatos, we got off on the wrong foot, you could say. My fault entirely. I'd sooner make sure that our correspondence here doesn't make those relationships more difficult.
Don't even say that, sir. I think Meg and Than know me better than that by now.
Alright, as long as we're all on the same page, that's what matters.
Certainly, Highness. And who knows? Perhaps as you spend more time together, some of your finer qualities will rub off on those two.
Okay. Darkness, money. We're pretty good for money on this run, so we can afford to take the darkness.
Veiled in darkness.
You know what? Here you go, Baldy.
You take good care of Sisyphus there, won't you, Baldy?
Good lad.
Okay. I think Baldy's warming up to you.
What do we get? 2% damage reduction. Very nice. Ooh. Aphrodite on the attack would be a delightful pickup. Really set this run off to interesting. Again, like I was saying last week, I think, about how Aphrodite is a really, really strong god to have because of the weak that reduces the amount of damage you receive. And like, we did get hit so hard by Hades in that fight because he obviously wasn't weak because we didn't have her in our build, you know? And that's one of those risks you take when you choose what to go with.
My heart tells me that you've developed quite the bond with Moody Thanatos, haven't you there? I always figured that his brooding quality was just an act.
Oh, he loves to brood. None of these... Cross shot is okay, but I wouldn't mind a reroll here. We've got quite a few. I don't feel strongly about any of these either. We'll take Wave of Despair.
Beautiful.
What have we got coming up here? A Nectar. We'll do a Chaos. It's early in the run. We can give it a shot.
How strange it is to be subjected to the fates. But do not fall into the cognitive delusion that they have already made your choices for you, son of Hades. Rather, they are keen about anticipating every choice that everyone shall make.
Oh, interesting.
Such as the following.
So it's not necessarily that they have already told us what's going to happen. They're telling us... They're kind of like... They're like the Mystic Meg. They're doing the big predictions. Honestly, this might be okay. The rare or better is actually, I think, pretty good. Don't undervalue that. But this is a lot of darkness. I guess the thing is we don't really need darkness for anything specific. So maybe we just take the boons at this point. Like, I think we're getting to the point where I might start switching over to the instead of having I think it's the rare chance, we get the one which gives us a better chance of boons boons showing up rather than like meta rewards like these showing up, which I think is probably a little bit better overall once you're later in the game to get more consistent builds. As always, I'm trying to dash attack with the bow. You charge up a lot faster. Always worth doing IMO. You do a little bit less damage on charge attacks, but I think is more than compensated for by the quicker charge time. Unless you really need a single big hit for something, but there's not rarely a case where that's actually like essential. So you see here, long charge and then fast charge. And then normally, it's just so much longer. We can afford to go to the shop here. Maybe try and pick up another boon so we have something to sell, which again, buying a boon to sell, debatable, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Right there.
Skill Scion. Nice. Add it to the list.
Should help keep me going.
I guess we'll take the Deadly Strike. I might actually sell it after this, but I guess we'll take it for now. It is a bit more damage. I think it's probably the weakest thing we have. The dash is also sellable, and that's worth a lot of money. But we can get a better attack boon, I think. That's not just a common.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting, ladies.
He's ready. Well, Zag, may I have this dance for old time's sake?
Always, Meg. Anytime. Good damage, good damage.
Much as a tolerance to me.
And there we go. Huge damage. Beautiful. Few couple of crits in there just to get it done. Oh, look at that wide stance. Look at that. Whew. Powerful. Perfect. Just what we like to see.
Moving on. Feel cleaner already.
Yeah, we love a powerful stance. It's good.
Another one, maybe.
Who have we not? Okay, we have not done these two yet. Possibilities. We could just try and get a different Artemis boon. It'd be okay. Let's get Afro in. I would like to get Afro on the attack. I'll take the darkness here. Do I want the summon? Probably not. I tend to forget to use them anyway. We should have enough. There's a couple of mini boss fights I like to use them for, and then I almost always want to use them in the mini bosses in Styx. And if I have it for Hades, I'll try and remember to use it, but I feel like it's less essential for that fight because like it's unless you're really tight, it's unlikely to be the difference between winning and losing. Because it's such a long fight anyway. So like if your build's not got it going, then you're going to be in trouble even if you do a bit of damage up front. Okay, 69 gold, nice. I keep forgetting about the Erebus gates as well. I don't know if we've been actually seeing them early on or not, but I should remember to go to them. A little bit low on health, but Hermes has some very, very powerful boons, so I think almost always worth going to see at least once. I do like the big stacks of chill. They're very nice. And the fact that the special actually bounces between enemies as well means it's even easier to apply it to people. Oh, I shouldn't have stood in that, but there we go. What's done is done.
Let's hustle, shall we, boss? Honestly, I don't know how the rest of you can stand it, trudging about like you don't have some place to be.
You always get people like that who are very, very eager. 15% dodge is pretty good. The 3 dashes is very nice for sure. This is a tough picko. I do think we take the extra dash, especially with Thunder Dash. Just lets us get one more dash. Is so many iframes if you need to get out of trouble. It's difficult to turn that down. I think we go Afro here. I'm kind of torn on which of these I prefer, but like, if we can get an Afro attack early, that would be nice. Okay, not yet. Life Affirmation is a good perk that I would be tempted to take, but I will do a reroll here. Yeah, we'll take that. That's okay. A rare, not the best, but pretty good.
Look, turns out it's time for target practice once again.
All right, Artemis can be a little bit dangerous for sure.
Sorry,
when things move around a little unpredictably, it can be sometimes difficult to know exactly where they're going to go. Just got to make sure that you get away from them because they tend to move in groups together, so if you can get away from all of them, it's not too bad. Oh, okay, did not anticipate how quickly they would come in there. Okay. I like how suddenly that ended. We're just done.
I decided not to kill you, Zagreus.
Artemis doesn't mess around.
Sport in cornered prey, so here, get on with it.
Okay. I'll take the pressure points. 4% PP is pretty large. It's a pretty big PP, so we'll handle that. Let's go see some more Demeter. We can get some cool Demeter boons. Immense PP. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Mind if I join the fray, witches?
That's a very satisfying way to fight the witches with the There we go.
I accept this message.
Just to damage them all at once. Interesting. Crystal Beam's cool. I'll take the Snowburst. Snowburst is okay. You get a bit of AoE damage. It's quite large.
Course is set.
Definitely one we could sell, but not a bad one to have.
Bloodless.
Just another way to get our chill off. But with chill and weak now, we should be getting privileged status on anything we hit with our attack. Of course, we do only apply weak to the things we shoot with our primary. Which is worth noting. But obviously any kind of bosses we're going to be hitting, so that should be okay. The Twin Shot does have quite short range, which you do have to be careful of, but I feel like it's pretty safe to get close. And with the Haribo, because it charges quite slowly, it's worth getting in close anyway. It's kind of one of those playstyles where you kind of want to dash behind people and then whap them in the back. So having the Twin Shot only amplifies that damage. Sticking with the twin daggers. Grab a bit of health. Top up our health. I'll take health anytime, you know. It's not essential. You know, low damage can certainly get you killed more than having like not enough, like almost as easily, if not more easily, than having not enough health. But you have a ton of health, you really can afford to just make a few more mistakes, and that's kind of nice to have that in your back pocket.
Just getting warmed up.
shop. Or top up. You know, if it's reasonable to do so. Okay, okay, right, I should have looked around first. That was a mistake. Okay, it's only going to be, given that we're going to get our health back from the next room anyway, from the 3 extra health, it's only going to be 4 health. Doesn't feel as necessary to pick it up. We're also going to get 3 more health here, so we only have gained 1 health from doing that whole fight.
Grant me strength.
No, none of these are that great to buff up. I would rather buff up one of our core abilities, to be honest. Like our attack. Nice.
Stronger still.
Right, this is going to be an interesting one. Because we're going to be able to take on all of the heads at once with our special attack. Which is kind of cool.
Hiss once if you think you're going to lose.
Aha, got him. I find this a little scary at the moment just because I'm not used to it maybe, but like it feels like it's very easy just to take a whole ton of damage. Nice fishing spot in here as well. You don't often see fishing spots in boss rooms, but always welcome when you see them. We do actually need to make sure we get our damage off before the effect wears off. I can't remember how long it lasts. I should check that. It's probably a good thing to know. Oh, we're getting hit by that was nasty. I was standing in one of those drop things. I didn't actually see it.
Enough.
But, how long does the 7 seconds? That is quite a long time.
Come, fishies.
In Hades terms, 7 seconds is longer than you might think.
Come on up.
Okay, a crustacean. Add it to the category.
Earning my keep.
They should have added sizes to these fish. I was like, we're never going to get all these fish, and now I feel like we've got most of them. And now I want something else to work towards. Big fish. Small fish. Okay, I would sell Snowburst. I'm happy enough to sell pressure points. I do like pressure points. But I don't really want to waste my reroll just for that. Honestly, I wouldn't actually mind selling Thunder Dash. Maybe that would be better. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I think there are other decent dashes we can get.
Let's see here.
So, okay, who do we want here? Let's get some deflect going. Why not? Speaking of good dashes, see if we can grab
onward.
That, or maybe the cast. I do like the cast for Athena. A bit of deflect is always very welcome, just to give you that safety. Not an essential thing. Again, nothing's really like essential, but good to get them when you can. Just staying at range here, not getting too close to these troublemakers. Backing up, finish them off, kiting them away. And then finishing everyone off. Beautiful. Explosive shot's real snazzy. It is a little risky with how slow it charges. We're going to have to basically get on top of enemies to hit them. Whereas chain shot actually could be quite cool because of the way it applies. Let's try out the chain shot.
I get.
So it's not going to affect too much, but it will bounce between enemies. It means it doesn't penetrate, but with Twin Shot, our thing's quite short anyway, so it tends not to penetrate that many things. Just noticed one of the medications you're on is Pfizer. They get around, you know. I think it's one of those things. I'd be interested to see how many more people start noticing the names of like the big pharmaceutical companies and such, because everyone's gotten used to talking about, you know, Pfizer and Moderna and AstraZeneca and all these companies. It's something you don't often think about, like which companies your medications come from, like who owns the patents to certain things and things like that.
Lady Athena.
Okay.
I'm here again to lend to you my power, noble cousin. Though your own strength of will is how you'll finally break free of that cruel place.
Pfizer is, in fact, the vaccine I had. I've only had the one so far, but that is the one I had. I presume it will be the one I get when I go again, but we'll see. I think they usually do the same one, if they can. I think they were umming and ahhing about that for a bit, whether they should try different ones, but you've had that for a while because the European company supply's been awkward for a while? Sure. Okay, oops. Okay, we'll up the attack here. And, ooh, Zeus's Aid. Zeus's Aid is just such a good boon, like it's hard not to take it. And we'll keep looking at Demeter's secondary. She's got some cool secondaries like the decay effects, which are nice.
Let's see you do.
Make sure we keep hitting him just occasionally, just to get the keep that buff stacked up. I missed him there. Oops, I actually did not mean to call him Meg there, but hey, we'll take the damage. Thanks, Meg. I just I went to use my call and I hit the wrong button because I had my finger on the left trigger there.
I beat the bull of Minos.
It's one of those things where my left finger sits on the left trigger because you don't need to. My left bumper is for reloading, but I don't need that, obviously, with the bow.
I accept this message.
Stubborn Root's a good boon, for sure. Rare Crop is pretty solid. We do actually have a lot of boons. It can hit. I think it can hit pretty much anything that we have. A lot of them are already epic. Like, it wouldn't help if it hit Divine Dash. 2 Rare Crop is a little risky, for sure. I think Stubborn Roots is good. It also is worth a lot of money if we come to sell it. We'll take it. It can be a real lifesaver. We had it once, and the one time we had it, it actually did come in really helpful. So it should be nice to Stubborn Defiance because it did save our butts one time where we might have otherwise gotten done in by our dad. There we go. This does feel nice. The huge damage when you burst out that Hera bow is very, very fun. Oof. Second Wind is a really nice 36% dodge chance is crazy. Like, a third of attacks are just not going to hit you. The extra move speed actually doesn't matter too much, but 10 seconds after you use your call, and like if you're with Zeus Call, we're using it every time we get to 1 charge normally. And then we're just going to be avoiding 36% of attacks, which is wild. You know, that's you can't really overstate how valuable that is as a defensive tool. We do have, I forgot we had the Divine Dash. That's actually kind of nice for Go. A couple of shield guys can be quite scary when they come in together. Oh, I see. There's an egg in here. I was like, what are we missing? There we go. Got trapped in the walls. Okay. Restore 10% when we enter a chamber. It's always a nice one to have. What is actually coming up next? Okay, not the shop yet.
This one.
Could have bought another summon, but we shouldn't have any more mini bosses, so it shouldn't really be essential. Oh, free room. We didn't really need to buy the health, but you can't factor in too much on those coming up. They show up when they do. They're not guaranteed every run. You can't really rely on them. Okay. It's a very fun weapon visually, the Hera bow. The way you get those little emblems and then everything, like the damage procs on everyone. Very satisfying. There we go. We did have a couple of respawns there, but we didn't take any damage, which is the important thing, I guess. End of the day, it's all about staying alive. Like the BGs told us. Staying alive. Don't be too hard on them, Dad. Look, it's not really their area of expertise. We do have a shop coming up, but we don't need to heal though, so we can take a nice freebie. Always welcome.
In the name of Hades.
Okay. I would take Ravenous Will. 30% damage is nothing to shake a stick at. We do need to remember to use our casts. But that's fine. We can do that. It's always good to remember to use your casts. Stay on top of that.
Everyone, I'm back.
Our foolhardy challenger approaches once again, I see. Well then, prepare to be run through. We shall thwart your each and every trap.
Now it's tempting to put your damage on Theseus, but I actually don't necessarily think, unless you're in a rush, I don't think you necessarily want to, because it means you're going to proc the gods before you're ready to come in. There we go. Cheeky deflect there. I think finished him off.
Finally.
And there we are. Some people are pretty gleeful. You know who is happy?
Good shade.
Zag's #1 fan. Okay, right, what do we got to sell here? Okay, interesting. Don't really want to sell any of these, so I will give it a reroll, see what we get. This is interesting. This is could really go either way on this. Damage reduction is nice. I feel like the call is always good, but we have good AoE. It's not as essential. We can sell it, maybe pick up something else. Okay. What do we want for the final zone? Let's try and get Demeter's Horn going up to max. All right. Now I am going to take a 2-minute break, just grab another drink. So stay tight, stay frosty. We will be back very shortly. Hold tight, and I'll catch you in just a couple of minutes. Okay, I am back. Thank you very much for waiting. Is there a... There's no way to see the timer on a run, is there? I was just wondering, I was like, oh, I wonder if that... I wonder if my timer ran, but I think maybe the timer's frozen when you're in these rooms, so it may not actually have mattered. But always good to check. None of these that essential for what we're going for. Okay. Hope everyone at home is also staying hydrated, staying fresh. So a little bit cooler here today. Been raining for a few people I know. but it's still warm. It's still, you know, we're in summer. You've got to make sure you stay well hydrated. Thank you very much, Reva. A pleasure. Okay. Scuffer. Okay, beautiful. Anything to say, Chiron? Doesn't seem like it. What are we working with here? Let's go see what Granny's got for us. Okay, beautiful. This is you know, run's okay. The build feels alright. It's been pretty consistent through the run. I feel like it's doing the job pretty well. I think this is probably one of my favorite go-to bows. I think all the bows are good. The bow is probably my favorite weapon. I think every version of the bow is so distinct. You know, obviously the Chiron is this like incredible single target damage beast. This thing is like an interesting AoE thing, and then obviously you have the cast bow, the Hera bow, right? Which is you know, it's its own distinct thing, because you're like loading the cast in and firing them off, which is pretty cool. Again, always in this room. Now we did keep the Ravenous Will, so we want to make sure we're using our cast still. And there we go.
In the name of Hades.
In the name of Hades. I'll take Demeter's Aid. It's an okay call. Less good because we already have the chill, so it does a little less, but it still does damage as well. I love when they fire in sync, because it means it's much easier to deflect them both. There we go, beautiful. Okay, that poison always dangerous. You've got to be cognizant of it. I feel like I've gotten to the point now where I'm pretty wary of where the... I'm a lot better at spotting the... Oh, I think we killed them just in time to not get hit by that. I'm a little better at spotting these fountains, which is good. Now I've said that, I will inevitably miss one and not actually be able to get my health back. Come on, big hits. There we go. Couldn't get him around that corner there. Oh, we got this room again as well. Come over, friend. I would love you to both come over here, but I realise that might be asking for a lot, so let's just call Megan. Okay, that's fine. If we can get rid of that one. The bother, the large bother, this thing, which is called a bother, I guess, because they're a nuisance.
Delicious.
They're not too bad once they're on their own, because they drop a ton of bombs, but you can, or mines, but you can always deal with those after the fact. The rat that drops all the poison on the floor is the real danger there, I think. Okay, what do we want here? I don't really know. I would actually take more health, honestly. 200's not a ton. Remember that not only does it affect our base health, but it affects our the health that we get on our 3 death defiances. So, you know, an extra 25 health, you get another 3 50% of that. So an extra 3 12.5s. Which is, what, 37 or so. So 25 health becomes, you know, like 50... 62.5 health or something. Which is nice. No, it's, you know, that's a lot more than it might initially seem.
Storage chamber.
And still, there's only a couple of hits from Hades, but they all count.
Could check the other passageways before I go.
Okay, 765. So we could buy the other Demeter thing, which I think is okay. Honestly, could see going for like Zeus for the cast maybe. What about if we skip this Pom? Because I think like we don't really need to upgrade anything except our core damage on this build. So we could take this.
Always a pleasure, Charon.
Oh, here we go. Killing Freeze. There we go. 25 damage every half a second and 12% slower. And like Hades is going to be the only foe most of the time, so he's going to be constantly taking damage. I actually think let's take the sure footing here. It makes us very safe against the pots in Hades. These are both okay though. Like Phalanx Shot is pretty good. It would be maybe Phalanx Shot is better.
Why not?
If it was 90%, I would probably take it. But more damage after call is okay. Our call is not all that. But I guess let's do it. Let's do it. Because we're already building up our God Gauge pretty quickly anyway, so
The prince compels the multi-headed hound.
not too worried about that.
See you, boy. I'm out of here.
All right, let's go see our father. As always. You know how it is. You know how it goes. I feel like our Hades journey is slowly but surely coming to an end. I've really enjoyed playing it.
The heavens and the seas belong to my brothers.
I don't think we have too many things left to do
Still in my domain.
before we get to the quote unquote real conclusion. Although I believe there is still dialogue stuff after that, but I think we'll wrap it there just because, you know, we have been playing it a long time. Actually, honestly, longer than I anticipated, but I do still enjoy playing it, so I don't really mind. You know, once we beat the game for the 10 times, you know, I was definitely not ready to stop at that point. Like, I think now I'd be quite happy to stop, although I am quite happy to keep going. So, you know, it doesn't bother me, but it'd be nice to play another new game as well. You know, Yakuza's going to keep our Monday slot filled for a long time. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's really gone, like, it's really extended the time even longer and still been fun. And I can't, you know, I can't complain about a game. I can't complain about a game lasting way longer than I anticipated when I've enjoyed it. You know, it's a different thing when you're not having as much fun or when a game like drops off. But this game has continued to be fun for me, so it's continued to be challenging as well because the heat's obviously ramping up. You know, I know we're winning a lot, but that doesn't mean that certainly doesn't mean it's easy. I'm having to really push myself in some of these fights.
Finish then.
This is a nice build for Hades. Oh, look at that effect of the Zeus going around this. That's cool. Oh, I dashed right into that. That was foolish. Right, that one's going to pop, so let's just let it go. See how he's still taking that tick damage from Demeter. Make sure we reapply it. And there we go. Demeter just slowly ticking him away there while we were avoiding his stuff, which is good.
Tell no one at the house. Do you hear me?
You have my word, Father.
Such strength, boy.
Bye.
Bye.
In the
Okay.
name of someone very sore right now.
I don't know, but it's always I love when he says that line. It's an interest in the name of someone very sore right now. Okay, twin shot and chain shot. That was the good stuff. I forgot we had stubborn roots, honestly. We didn't actually get an option to sell it. I would have certainly considered that. I think maybe, honestly, Ravenous Will and Billowing Strength, the bonus damage buffs. Poor dad. Oh, absolutely. Milk that emote. It's very powerful. Oh, we got a fish as well. Oh yes, these are good. These are good fish. These give you like ambrosia and Titan blood often. Oof, a sturgeon. Lovely.
Alas,
Guess you got a bit of lore there.
Zagreus stumbled upon a pit of deadly spears, perhaps. Again.
I do enjoy how lackadaisical those death descriptions have become. You know, it's not really important at this point.
That's Orpheus is singing.
Oh, he's singing about us.
He's back.
Excellent work, my son.
Aww. Oh, that's really nice. Everyone welcomed us home. Orpheus is singing about us. Oh, I finally feel welcome at home. This is nice. What a place we've made for ourselves. Hypnos is getting his work done. Mum's back. Dad's content as he can be, I guess. Dog's got a nice bed. Ah, what a lovely time.
Go right ahead. I'll get you all signed in.
Aw, thanks, Hypnos.
All right, Hypnos.
Hey, Mum.
Nyx told me that you helped her reconnect with her parent after a long, long time. That was very kind of you. She never asks for anything. But we all owe her a lot, don't we?
I mean, she kind of did the same for us, right? She helped us reconnect, so, you know, without her, I wouldn't even have been here, so.
I think so. If not for her, I can't even imagine, really. Did Nyx ever speak to you of Chaos before I was born?
Not really, no. Nyx is very private when it comes to personal matters. But she has feelings and desires, same as anybody. Well, mostly. But the point is, I know this meant a lot to her.
Least I could do.
I'll let him carry on singing for now. We'll chat to him in a minute. Dad's like, look, I got nothing else to say to you for now.
See you up top. Always have more pets for the greatest boy.
I'm sorry he disturbed you, Cerberus.
I definitely don't think I could sing along to this one. That range. Darren Korb with the high notes.
Toward the prince.
I wonder if Achilles is here. Okay, he is.
A word, Prince? I need your help with something, lad. As I'm about to risk it all, I think.
Hey!
Will you hear me out?
I love that they phrased it that way.
Of course, sir. What is it? I'm listening.
The pact I signed with your father. It must be buried somewhere down in the administrative chamber there. I dared not ask that you locate it. Out of fear that tampering with it would only make things worse, except...
I mean, he's seen us deal with 2 other pacts, right? So... And yet he was still reluctant to do this.
Except that fear is for the weak, Achilles, sir.
Indeed. Besides, your father has been more abundant
There we go.
than I expected with how you were able to nullify the terms for Orpheus and Sisyphus alike, so perhaps my case isn't a lost cause yet.
You've been a very good servant of the house, Achilles.
I'll speak with Nyx about it the next chance I get. And I'll be careful, sir. I promise you.
You have my thanks.
Here we go. It's happening. Just about in your range. Nice.
Still fancy.
I can occasionally hit a high note, but it doesn't do me any good at this point, I don't think.
Orpheus, sorry to interrupt. It's just I couldn't help but notice that new ballad that you're playing there.
Technically, why not consider it a hymn, my friend? In honor of your numerous travails, prior to your current set of circumstances, which must pale in comparison to all the rigors you've endured to date.
The thing is, none of the information in your hymn is accurate. It's nonsense. I was just kidding with you, mate. I tried to make that clear. You get so lively when I tell you my tall tales, you know? You're not angry with me, are you?
Heavens no, my friend. Your humility is matched only by your perseverance in the face of adversity. May your great deeds live on forever, much like you.
Cheers.
As long as we're all in agreement there. You've been practicing over COVID times, which is nice. That's good. That's good. I think, you know, there's always room to improve. If you want to improve, then
If I made a terrible mistake, or even just a bad one, wouldn't you?
that's always good.
Guidance on this one, or maybe your approval.
You know, I feel like if you think you haven't got room to improve, then you're only going to stagnate. Like, even if you are at the top of your game, you know, you've always got to think that there's room to improve. You know, as much as you should recognize when you're doing something well, you can do both at once. You can be like, yes, I'm fucking kick-ass at singing, but also, I bet I could do even better.
You shall always be the best determiner of what is right about such matters, Megara. Though if you seek my blessings or encouragement in this particular pursuit, please rest assured, you have them both.
Aww.
You know the way from here.
I hope that you're right. You always have been. It's just that I wish I had your confidence in this.
But that's great to hear. I'm glad you've been enjoying practicing over COVID times. Just give you something to do. It's fantastic.
What's new? I'll take that deal.
Singing's always good fun. I think, you know, it's one of those things. Lots of people, you know, don't consider themselves great singers, but you don't have to be a super technically accomplished singer to have fun singing, at least. You know.
Lately.
Some of the people I know who have the most fun singing are awful at it. Like, they're just completely tone deaf, but, you know, they still enjoy it. You don't have to be good. Exactly, yeah. You don't have to be good at anything to justify doing it. As long as you have fun, you know, that's what matters. You should take inspiration from that.
The fated list of my
Wayne is not having this. You're very passionate about this when people say they're bad at dancing. Yeah, everyone can dance, you know. Why not? Get on it. This goes against everything Wayne has learned about Overwatch.
Nyx, along with giving you this bottle of ambrosia here, there's something I've meant to say to you. The Three Fates have been very kind to me, because in denying me my birth mother, they gave me you. Without your
Aww.
steady presence here, I can't imagine what it would be like.
Oh, then the Three Fates are whimsical indeed. When you were born, and I was filled with fear for what it meant for you to be alive, to be responsible for you. I must admit, I did not guess that one evening you would provide for me both such a gift and such a sentiment.
Well, I mean every word. I love you, Nyx.
Aww. Very sweet.
I love you too, my child.
Aww, what a lovely moment. That's nice. I like that. I like that a lot.
Like that.
It's just coming here and start strumming. That's probably rude. Orpheus is playing. Dun 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 dun. Just come in and play the Modern Warfare level up theme. Fists.
Use the fists.
We could use the fist. We could get a bit of fist going.
Let's test the bond between us.
Should we get these Zagreus fists whacked up?
My aspect of Malphite grows stronger.
I don't think dodge chance is incredible, but we should give them a blast. Look at them. I feel like the Zagreus ones are always just a little bit underwhelming. Get some fists whacked up, as we always say. That's what they say, right? Let's get some fist whacked up. Zeus, maybe? I still want that Zeus boon. Okay, I think we're good. I don't think there's anything else to do here. We'll leave Orpheus singing. Right, 1 second. Before we start, let me just respond to a text message. Sterling dived, we got a penalty. Oh man, great. Classic England.
That ought to liven things up.
All right. They really do love to be the villain, eh?
Cease with all the trifling down there and cause a real storm for once. Take now the fiercest of my powers, and you show your no-good father what you're made of.
Okay, here we go. Purple chain lightning. Let's do it. Lightning on the specials. It's interesting because our specials do pretty solid damage. But like fists give the AoE. The fists don't have AoE potential, so getting that can be pretty spicy. Let's do this Erebus Gate. It's a little bit scary with the fists. This might go wrong, but we'll give it a shot.
Let's hear it.
I'd like to see
We have to not get hit, so.
Let's go, you wretches.
Oh, he almost hit me there. Okay, we did it. Wasn't too bad. Those early ones not too bad as long as you're careful.
You have seen that we upon Olympus also lend our favor to the mighty Theseus, who bars your passage from Elysium. Now don't you take it personally there, because our blessings go to all who deserve them. Although we try to save the best for you.
Listen, I'd rather you didn't do it, but you know, hey, it's all part of the fight. I can't complain too much. Poseidon's Aid. Haven't actually used that in a while. One of my favorites. Just a nice big burst damage wet slam. I guess we used it last week because I was talking about slapping our dad wetly in the face. So maybe we have used it recently. Okay.
Witches.
All right, let's get it on.
Nix's power.
Do we go to chaos? Sure. Let's do it. It's not we're not losing out on a boon, just an upgrade.
I sense your consternation, son of Hades, as you look about this space. You have another question and are free to ask.
What's going on here, and why are there fish in space?
Oh, it's just... I sometimes wonder, Master Chaos, if you
Oh, here we go. Wow, more.
who created you? What was this place before you arrived?
Asking the big questions, Zag.
All of this simply came to be, and so did I, presumably after a former time had finally reached its end. I hesitate to say it was an act of will. It was more like a sudden shift, as when a conflagration happens from a spark. I arrived at such a time, and all else then arrived from me.
Okay. More regular attack damage. Extra rare or better, or way more damage from behind. Let's take the extra rare damage. I can't attack, which is a little awkward, but we'll make it through.
Point.
That rare fisting damage. You gotta have it. A void skate.
Void skate?
Ooh. It is said that before the heavens and the earth and the underworld, there was only chaos, an infinite void of nothingness, from which sprang all of existence as we know it. Still, there are creatures that dwell at the edges of this nothingness, beyond our view. We did actually, we got a new sturgeon lore as well. To the gods, we would offer the finest meats we could procure, but we tended to keep the fish for ourselves. The Lord Poseidon, in his generosity, seemed not to mind too frequently. Although, I understand he remains quite strict about ensuring that even his river-dwelling breeds are careful not to cross the threshold between realms. It seems even kings among fish are beholden to a greater power. Oh, they are quite magnificent, the sturgeon. I'll be interested to see that later, Wayne, because, oh gosh, right, yeah, I just did so much damage to myself. Oh dear. Yeah, I'll be interested to see that later, because, I mean, they have the VAR now, right? So they must have checked it. They must have been pretty happy that it was definitely a foul. So I'll be interested to see what it actually looked like. Because they can always redact it if they're unsatisfied. Just uppercutting everyone, which is kind of satisfying, to be honest. There we go, look at that. Beautiful. Sure, let's get some things to replenish all that health I just lost. Oh man, I still can't use my attacks. This is actually slightly awkward. Okay, we should be good just to punch him out now. Look at this. Just bonking him like it's Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Don't know what it is about you, Zagreus, but I feel like I can be me with you, you know? Maybe it's that you don't constantly talk over me like everybody else. Besides Callisto and the nymphs, I guess. Not that I can even hear you, but you know what I mean, right?
Thanks, Artemis. That means a lot. Do we actually want our special to be stronger? Or do we want our dash strike to deal more damage? Which we do use a fair bit. Or do we take the true shot? Which is also okay. I'll take the special stronger. It's okay. If we get those crits, it's like a 50... Oh, we did it. Brilliant. Okay. Another one. We've just got to do the gifting now. Is a 56% bonus, and then a 20% chance to crit is not too bad. You know, we're not actually doing the big uppercuts too often, but they are a nice way to get a big chunk of damage in. I feel like it's just not as useful with this specific, with the fists. Because with these fists, there's no benefit for the special. Like, obviously, you got the Talos fist where you pull enemies in, and you've got the Demeter fist where you get the huge explosive fist at the end when you've done a combo. You just don't get it with the Zag fist, so you might as well just get in there and give it to him, you know? Let's get that hammer going. Some good hammer fists. Or fist hammers, maybe. But it is a bit of burst damage, like, you know, we're getting... Get the armor off quickly as we dash in. Can be kind of nice. Or just to take out a small enemy quickly and cleanly. Can't argue with it too much. Ooh, we get the draining cutter that restores 2% health. It's not very consistent. Fantastic. Man, oh, long. I do really like Long Knuckle. Look at that. Look at that. We can just fist from a mile away now, which is fantastic. You can't really complain about that too much.
What is it now?
Very good, Reaver. I enjoyed that. Okay, survival time. Nice thing about this is the more people we get in this room, the more we can just zap everyone with our lightning fists. Lightning on the fist is actually very satisfying when you, especially if it's a bit higher damage. Obviously, you see our fists are hitting for like 25 a time, so we'd get more maybe out of a pure damage buff. If it was above, what, like 60%, then we'd be getting more damage out of it than we are getting out of the lightning. But because we're able to hit multiple targets, it gives us a versatility the fists often don't have, of dealing with groups very well. Might not be quite as good against our dad, so we're going to have to bear that in mind.
You waste my time.
Long distance fists, yeah, they seem like, I mean, the thing that really threw me when I started with the fist is, you know, you have to get so close to enemies, it's quite dangerous. And I think my biggest thing with the fists is, if you hold it down, you do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hit combo, and then you stop. And so that's why you see me, I always dash, because you do the dash attack and it resets the combo and you can keep hitting. And that made a huge difference, because it meant I wasn't getting hit during that downtime. Whereas oftentimes the enemy will just hit you in this moment where you're not punching them. But with the Long Knuckle, you can stay back a lot more, and obviously just get. Look at the range on that. That's crazy. We're like, you know, it's not quite spear range, but it's not actually too far off. It's way better than like the sword range. It's almost seems like, but yeah, it feels really good. It's definitely one of my favorites. It's only 10% extra damage, but the range is so nice. And it means if you've got projectiles coming in, you can pretty safely deal with them. If you've got those little flame wheels that explode, you can quite safely get them as well.
Good enough to eat.
We'll knock this damage up a little bit, sure. Yeah, so you can quite safely detonate things like that from range without getting in trouble.
You ready for me this time?
Okay, this is where it's gonna be a little bit harder because it's single target.
No holding back.
But I think we'll be okay. The other nice thing is fists hit a lot. They build up our ultimate call pretty quickly, which is always nice. We got a couple of hits off there. We did then get hit, which is a little unfortunate, but great dealing with enemies though. The lightning fists. And there we go. Beautiful. Gotta do it.
Hope she's not mad.
Had to be a little bit more methodical there, but it worked out okay. That's perfectly fine. We're almost up to 2,000 gems again, which is nice. We can spend a little bit more. Always get keys with them as well if we need to for anything. We do need to check what we can sell. We're probably going to be selling our special, honestly.
The gods won't mind. My keepsakes.
My keepsakes. Aphrodite, nice on the special. You know, for the we share a beautiful bond. Oh, interesting. So they're unshakable, knowing, beautiful, jubilant, infinite. Good names. Good names.
All set.
Let's see if we can pick up some Aphrodite. Pick a bit of weak. Always a nice thing to have.
lifetime, Tartarus.
Yeah, even the names are great. Yeah, everything, just every tiny little detail. So much care and attention put into it all. Like
Now we're getting somewhere.
the ability, just being able to, you know, just the fact they could have all been called the same thing, and it would have been, you know, you wouldn't have questioned it. It would have been perfectly fine if they'd all been called. You've got an unshakable bond with everyone. Sure, that's perfectly fine. You know, they don't need a new name. They don't all need a separate name, but just that tiny bit of work adds a little bit of magic to it, which is nice. That Supergiant touch. The variance in items helps with longevity. It definitely does. You know, I think I honestly could use the same build over and over and be pretty satisfied. But A, you can't, even if you take the same things every time, you're not going to get quite the same boons. And B, it's just fun to use different things, you know? Like, it keeps things fresh and mixed up. Right, Aphrodite will show up again because we have a trinket, so we can definitely go see Eurydice. Oh, I wonder if she'll sing our song at some point. That would be cool. I love their duets, but I also really like hearing them sing solo.
Here, huh? We don't die too easy.
Good variety.
Makes me feel all special.
Again, another nice touch. You know, they could have just both been here always, but I like that you sometimes get to hear her sing on her own. You get to chat to her in private, you know, and sometimes they're here together and you can see them together.
I've never met another nymph now that you mention it. Heard of a few. The goddess Artemis sounds like she spends more time with nymphs than the other Olympians.
It's all very thoughtful.
That's what I heard. Though it's not like we all hang out. I mean, you've got the dryads and the naiads and the nereids and the oceanids. Pretty much every type of terrain up top, there's a kind of nymph who loves it. Maybe we need a name for underworld nymphs too.
I like it. Okay, we only have 2 boons, so we could just upgrade them. We got 19 damage and 300 damage. Now we could also take the nectar to improve our future things, but this would be a really nice bump.
That one's on me.
So our damage is now 24, which is actually basically 100% of what we, you know. And then this has gone from 300 to 350, a nice little touch. And every upgrade, we're going to get more out of it. Her hair's really great. Yeah, I love her hair. Everything about her design I really like. I really like her abdomen with the colourful bits in it under the clothing. Like, it's very cool. She's definitely one. I think she's one of my favourite like character designs in the game. Yeah, see, single target, not incredible, but it's still pretty good because of our because we now have this bonus, and we're going to build up cool really quickly because again, cool based on hits that you do, I believe. It's weird. I find it hard. I've definitely heard people say that, and it seems to be the case, but I've never seen a complete definitive answer on the fact that it's the number of hits versus the damage. But I'm pretty confident in saying that it is. The color palette is lovely and earthy. Yeah, it is, which obviously makes, you know, sense for her her lore. Oh, good dodges there. We do have that 15% base dodge, which is, you know, not incredible, honestly, for like the weapon's unique talent, but it's still pretty nice. See, look at that. Being able to hit right across the lava like that just makes us a lot safer. The fact we were able to stand over here and hit the witch that was almost on the other side of the lava, it's pretty good. Of an earthy green. Absolutely.
Beating of your heart, dearest. Oh, it's the little Gorgon, isn't it? You underworld dwellers and your complicated feelings. I can never get enough. My blessings to the both of you.
Aphrodite just loves the gossip. You know, which fair enough. Each to their own. We got 4 rerolls here. These are okay. They're all epic, which is nice, but
Any other boons for me?
let's whap it on the special. Life Affirmation is really good. It is really good, but it's 154% damage. That's really nice. You know, our base thing was what, 54% with a 20% chance to crit. So, you know, you're gonna get 20% of the time you're gonna get triple damage, which basically means it's increased by 40%. So you on sort of average damage. So this is actually like a greater damage output consistently, especially when you consider we don't hit as often with the special. And look at that, it's nice AoE on it, so we can apply weak to everyone in a group really quickly by initiating with it. And then if we do get hit, it's not going to be as big of a deal. It's a nice thing to have. One of the fun things I saw with someone was showing off how mouse and keyboard works, and there are some cool things you can do with mouse and keyboard. Like if I'm attacking an enemy, I can attack this way, and I can sort of move backwards, and like it will home in on the enemy. So I can kind of move around as I'm punching. But if you're on mouse and keyboard, you can move and aim in different directions. So you can actually just punch this way and move to the left as you're punching to the right. The spear also does this really well. You can kind of hop around with the spear and like hop backwards as you're hitting forwards, which is a really nice touch. That you know, obviously you don't get as much of the auto aim, but I'm interested to try it in mouse and keyboard at some time. Maybe I'll do that like on my own time at some point. I feel like I'd have to rebuild all my muscle memory. I don't think I'd want to play that way. I think I've heard people say that you can kind of do either, and they both have their own benefits and detriments, and that generally speaking, most of the speedrunners tend to use controller because the analog movement is just a little bit more reliable to dodge incoming stuff versus the sort of digital 8-way movement of a keyboard. But I think it's really nice that they managed to get both methods working well, and they both have their own like sort of slightly unique feel to them. This is kind of tough. Well, our lightning trick's getting pretty strong. We do need to try and pick up another boon or two before we have to get to the end of the area and start selling. Okay, we will need to do this. I think we might have to go to the shop because I think this is the final shop, and I think we only have 3 boons. And obviously fully remappable controls always, which is nice. They have the accessibility mode, the God mode. I'd like to see them do a couple more things. Like I think like it's a good. It sounds like it's a really, really nice accessibility mode. Like a lot of people have found it really helpful. But it would be cool if they had a few more additional options in there. Nice. But you know, I'm not really the person to ask about that because I wouldn't necessarily need them anyway. Hey. Okay, we can get 2 boons here, which is good. It means we'll have at least one thing to sell, most likely.
I'll take it.
Okay. Cast, dash, or more God gauge. This actually wouldn't be the worst, given that we're hitting so much. I'll take the cast. Cast is nice. I wouldn't mind if we had to sell it. Quick reload, actually, an interesting one that we could sell for a lot of gold. The 10%, like, I've come around on Swift Strike, but only when it's epic. I think otherwise it's just not quick enough. I'll take quick reload. It's a weird one because it's not actually super handy. Because obviously it means that your cast is constantly dropping out of the enemy. And unless you're doing a cast build, it's actually kind of awkward.
How's the old neck holding up?
See, look, it's already out, so now we have to reapply it constantly. Just dodge away there. I'm actually a little sad that we didn't get a better hit there. We can also just kind of spam our Zeus special, which is quite good when the enemies get close together like that. There we go. Just like that, learning is down. I feel like I've adapted a little bit to this. You definitely do take a bit more damage, but with all this lava around, it's a little bit scary. Gives you a lot less room to work with when the hydras are spitting fire or the sort of artillery strikes that come down. But manageable. Certainly manageable.
The Bloodless failed to stop you once again.
Okay, now what are we going to sell?
Let's think about this.
Be happy to sell the cast. What was our other option here? We had the quick reload. I actually kind of want to sell the quick reload, to be honest. I might try and reroll here.
What else?
Yeah. Okay, good. That was long. Oh, the football, yeah. It seemed like it did go for a while. Did they go into extra time? They must have done, right? Given that it's gone this long. Okay, what do we actually want here? Not really anything specific, honestly. It'd be nice to see Artemis again so we could give her another thing. We still need to get Ares's final doodah. Oh yeah, I want one at the end of normal time. Yes. Gotcha. Okay. Well, Hades marches on nevertheless. This is actually our third run. It feels like it's actually Hades feels like it's gone quickly today. What do we want here? Probably more health. We are very low on health. 140 in Elysium there's not a lot of health.
Stay dead.
I've actually got to hit these. I'm just punching sort of near them somewhere, which is fun.
Good for the health.
But not actually particularly productive. It was hard work. I'm sure it was for them, certainly. Like, football's an intense sport. Like, you definitely can't downplay the athletes that have to, you know, get about for 90 minutes and then an extra 30 if they play extra time. It's a lot. I feel tired after a half an hour run around when playing football specifically. Like, it's an intense sport, you know, it really is. You know, sometimes it feels like they're just kind of standing around, but they do that because when they need to go, they got to go fast, and like, oftentimes for a quite long time. So it's really something. I think also, like, in those long games, like, that's where you really do see, like, oftentimes the physical difference of, like, the teams that have, like, the more, like, internationally, like, renowned players are gonna just, those real top tier players. It's like when you watch, like, the cup games where, like, Premier League teams are playing lower league teams, and, like, the lower league team might be able to hold out for most of the game against ostensibly better opposition, but the late game is where you really see, like, that incredible level of physical fitness that just, like, they just keep going. We'll take the Breaching Cross.
Fixed up.
How much cash are we throwing you able to get 6 or 7 games in Wembley? Does seem like a lot. It's a weird, I mean, look, it's a weird cup, you know. Just by the nature of everything right now. You know, everything's weird at the moment, so. But welcome back. Hope you're doing well. KD2, Martin. Boof. There's a lot of enemies here. It's busy. I guess none of them are armored, which I should be kind of thankful for. I don't think the lightning actually stuns the other ones. I think only your punches are stunning, so do be careful with that.
Wish I could just fly in and haul you out of there, cuz, but there's some rules even I can't break. They're nice to see you have a go of it.
Okay. Again, second wind, even the basic one, 30% bonus dodge chance and move speed. Now dodge chance I believe is rolled separately, so it will roll like the 30% and then it will roll the 15% afterwards from our fists. If we don't dodge from the 30%, it will give us a chance to dodge from the I definitely should have checked this first because it could have been health, but hey, it wasn't, thankfully.
So much as
We've already been punished by that once and I did not learn from it. Man, just the sound of them hitting all the that's very satisfying. Just the shields getting pummeled. Very good. Loads of cash here. I actually would have liked to see Ares, but hey, we'll get by.
Don't spend it all in one place, mate.
Weak afflict foes more susceptible damage is okay. Dying Lament is actually quite cool. Again, more AoE damage. Try the other extreme measures. Yeah, we've got the Hydra one on at the moment. We've been doing that one. We'll grab that. The thing with extreme measures is they're so expensive. They're like, it really racks up, like it takes up your entire thing, which is kind of nice in a way, right? Because you can just turn all the other ones off. No, get in there. There we go. There we go. That's why you prefer taking it. I actually don't mind most of the other. There's quite a few ones I don't mind having on, but it is nice to not, because it's a thing you only have to deal with.
Whilst I most certainly do no such thing, I do appreciate his take on it.
Wow, Ares. I definitely don't go for a merciful release. Yeah, the fact that you only have to deal with it in one room is quite a big deal for sure, even though they are quite dangerous. I don't feel too strongly about any of these. Blade with Dash is pretty good. We could take it.
Come to me, fishies.
Okay.
I got one.
A cheeky comp. You gotta have him. Right, we need to see Patroclus. This is good. I actually don't even know if he'll have much to say here, but...
Even in death, there is no justice. I knew so many peaceful, decent men, but none, of course, are here. Instead, it is the warriors, the kings, the slayers, great men. The standard for greatness is low indeed.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, Elysium's the place for warriors. Doesn't necessarily mean they're good men.
I always wondered, sir, what was Achilles like? During his youth, I mean, if you can say.
How to describe what somebody was like? Everyone who saw him on the battlefield agreed he was magnificent, stranger. His allies and his enemies alike. But there was more to him, I think. A certain outlook, a sense of justice. I knew him before he was a warrior. Only reason I suppose I liked him.
It's interesting because they did say that a lot of this happened because Achilles refused to fight at one point.
Thanks, sir.
Oh, little hearts. Lovely. I guess we'll top up our health here. 1 and 2 weren't bad, 3 is rough, 4. The less said about that, the better. Noted. I mean, we'll probably get there at some point. I don't even know if we'll get there by the time we finish this, but we'll see. We'll see how we go. I think, again, and yet another way they extend the longevity by like actually changing up the boss fights a little bit. Saying like, okay, you've mastered all of this. What if the boss fights were a little different? What if we actually like actively change the way they work? These things that you're super familiar with now because you've done this run so many times. What if we made it a little different? It's another cool touch to kind of extend that longevity even more. Yeah, we are getting a lot of these. We definitely should consider switching over. Because we really want the epics rather than the rare boons anyway most of the time, so... I think we're okay for rerolls. I shouldn't say that, but... Really the thing I'm most worried about rerolling is selling stuff. I don't mind if we have to stick with a bad... If we have to take a bad boon because we don't have any rerolls, but I don't want to have to sell a really good boon because we can't reroll what we're able to sell. I think that's much more potentially damaging. Alright, the one thing I don't like about the Poseidon thing, and the one reason I'd rate it a little lower than Dionysus and Zeus, is that it does sometimes get you into trouble when you come out of it. You'll you'll suddenly come out of the invulnerability and just take a whack of damage because you came out at the right second, the last moment into an attack. The fists do make a lot of noise, don't they? Especially once we've got the... these don't help either, really. It can actually honestly go either way, but we have a lot of cash. We'll probably go to the shop. Get that done.
Cheers, mate.
Sure, pressure points is nice. Get a critical hit on everything. That's pretty welcome, honestly. Very loud, very fist. Two fists, too furious, you might say. Oh, he sniped me. We actually got the dodge there. That was good. That really came in handy. Saved our bacon. Oh, shouldn't get hit by those, really. Easy does it. Yeah, bad. Those lightning slams, they always catch me out a little bit. When he slams the ground and lightning comes up behind him. It also happens when he runs into the wall, I think. It's dangerous. Okay, I actually didn't get any damage on him there. That wasn't good at all.
Lend me your strength.
Ah, it's Demeter, the worst. Yeah, she does that. Her things seem to be a little slower to go off at least, which is something. Ooh, kind of had a real whirlwind duel there. But we did it. A little messy.
Until next time, good Shade.
Thank you very much, dear Shade. I'll sell Dying Lament here. That's okay.
That's one less boon.
Rip Current would be really nice to pick up if we could. Makes his thing even better. Shouldn't need any more summons, probably. I wouldn't mind taking the traps. The trap damage is really nice in Styx. It does get enemies killed very quickly.
And check.
I saw EMB take that, and he got, I think he killed Meg with a spike trap. It just did the huge amount of damage. Which was very satisfying. One of his first times he'd fought her. He's just died off screen. He's like, oh, what happened? Just keep them staggered, then they can't do much. That's what you want to do. That's the good stuff. Good business. When these rooms are small, it's pretty manageable. I think honestly that's maybe part of the problem with the oh, look at that trap damage, it's so good.
Meg, help. Hold on.
Dead.
I owe you one. In the name of Hades.
Beautiful. Weak afflicted foes 20% more susceptible damage. That's okay. I don't know. I still don't know if this is additive. I presume it is, which makes it a lot less strong than if it was multiplicative. But no, not something to be sniffed at. I guess we could just get Dying Lament back. It's okay. It's kind of nice in these areas. Let's take Sweet Surrender. We don't use it very often. It is epic. You gotta love that.
Nice.
You gotta be careful in this room because you want to kind of duck through the corner so you don't get hit by that. The axes in rooms where there's not a lever, or also where there's not a trap button, are just gonna come up and down constantly. So you just want to steer clear of them because you might try and predict the timing, but I don't know. Personally, I always mess it up if I try and do that. Find it easier just to play it safe and dodge out. Okay, we can buy stuff here if needs be. I'm actually going to buy these because a decent chance that we get to the boss in 6 rooms. And if we do, then we'll have the bonus damage, which is always very welcome. Ooh, the tiny vermin. Oh, it's not the tiny vermin. Okay, I always think it is, but it's usually this Whenever it's this one, I always think it's Tiny Vermin.
Got your message.
The boulder's not too bad as established, just gotta be careful of this. Oh, see, I got stuck in the corner there. A little dangerous. I don't think I ever really noticed that the boulders fire out like mortar. Those big ones fire out like a mortar, so they don't drop mines on the floor. It is just a mortar that physically goes up in the air. Like, I knew how it worked in terms of the time it took to explode, but I don't think I'd ever really looked at the mechanical interaction on it before. He does actually fire these little pink blobs up, which is kind of cool. Cheeky fish, always.
Now, that is a scuffer.
I love the Scuffer's face. Look at that. That would honestly be quite a good emote. We do Hades fish. That would be an interesting, like sub badge or something, or bit badge. Just a few of the fish. There's some pretty good designs there. But also, like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I like using things from other games, but also like that's probably Gen Z's art that she's done a lot of work on. You know, so it feels a little bit weird to use that as like. I could do my own takes on them, I suppose. That would maybe work. I'm sure that would be alright. Scuffers are very cute, yeah. I think I would have to do my own version of it if I was going to do it. I wouldn't just use the one from in-game. But definitely not dead set on that idea. Sub badge could be cool, yeah. Like, cause that's the thing, like, where you get a lot of different versions of them, right? Okay. These are a little bit awkward because of the way they're spaced out. It's a little bit difficult to keep them all stunned. There we go. Okay, thank goodness. Don't have to do a rune. Yeah, that's the thing, is you want something that you can go A to B to C. Like, I quite like Fizzies, where you start with a little seed and then it grows into a plant, and eventually you get a big tomato. Big tomato. You know? It's a fun... we could re-roll this. None of these are that exciting, honestly.
No thanks.
Still not honestly that exciting. This is our last thing. We can re-roll it again. There it is. Rip Current. Actually, all of these are pretty good. 40% damage to bosses, but Rip Current's really nice, the way it pulls the enemies in.
What's in this stuff?
You got to get those. You know, a year of subscription, and you grow those tomatoes over that year. Like, it's such a nice idea, because it is, you're like growing the thing as you extend your sub, which is a very cool little touch. Poseidon's Aid, definitely. Bit more crit, sure. Hunter's Mark, I do like.
Gods grant me strength.
And then just more special damage, why not? Alright, and there we are.
After deliberating briefly, Cerberus concludes that yes, he shall accept the sack.
Kyle says he is awake. Good to hear. Hope you're doing well.
Bye for now, boy.
Where did he go now? Oh, Cerberus, oh no, oh. You're here just in time.
I'm back, Father.
I'm back and better than ever in Avanek. For fighting a better. Get that weak on him. Just make him do less damage. Immediate priority.
Meg?
Why not, Meg? Come in. Do it now. I waste about 3 seconds of a time, Dad. It's fine.
Face me, damn it.
Broken the streak? Sadly not. The streak's still living on, but there's still time, you know? We're still here. You never know how it's going to go. Oh, the crit chances. The Hunter's Mark, honestly, such a good pickup for us right there. Few cheeky wet slaps. Oh man, I think we dodged it. I think our dodge chance came through for us. Oh, and again, that dodge. You know, I said the dodge chance wasn't great. To be fair, we do also have the dodge chance from Second Wind, which probably is doing even more work than the Zag Fist are, but they all come in handy, you know. 1707. Wow. See, that Rip Current just makes every use of it so much stronger. Which is very nice. I actually really like the Ares dash on the fists because I constantly dash around the enemy, like I was saying earlier. Because I'm constantly moving each time like this. To keep my combo chain going. It actually gives me like a ton of little blade rifts around him. Tasty crits.
I have something for you.
Oh wow, yeah, I didn't know those actually went through those, which is interesting. Oh, we'll get hit by that. Probably shouldn't have done. Yeah, again, being able to break those with the big fists, very nice. Those 1707 crits are ridiculous. Water beats fire, Dad. You know that one. I played Pokemon.
Boy, you speak none of this to anyone.
Thank you very much.
Again,
We've had some good story progress with Achilles today, which is nice. And we got Artemis's we unlocked Artemis's final stage, which I think puts us one step closer to that magic finale. Which is good. Lightning Strike, definitely very important. I think Long Knuckle, Breaching Cross. Probably pressure points, honestly. Although, you know, this is good, but you can see it's there. I feel like I don't want to put the basic ones in because it's very obvious what those are. Nor is as obvious what these are. I'll leave Lightning Strike in because it's kind of the core of the build we were using. There we go. Thunder Fist. 2 fists, 2 furious. Beautiful.
Blood.
Don't forget your gems.
The limitless variety of fauna dwelling on the surface brings to Zagreus no shortage of delight. Though when he makes an effort to communicate with one, its eyes so full of calm intelligence, he learns that bears are not as gentle as they seem.
Bears. Okay.
Did pretty well that time.
Wolf is going at it of late.
Welcome to the House of Hades, where death is our life.
Thanks very much, Hypnos. He's very cheery of late.
More than enough parchment work to go around.
You want more
Hey boy, how's it going? You're a good lad. The yellow tongue's so good. The little green nose.
The much feared Cerberus licks
Cerberus, the big red dog.
something on the floor.
Don't do that, Serby.
See you
Come
later
on.
then.
Ooh, Achilles not around? Interesting.
Poke.
We gotta have words with Nyx. Is she here? Ah, she's not.
With chaos.
Damn, I need you here, Nyx. Alright, next time, I guess. Ooh, Achilles is the man of the hour.
The featured house servant Achilles.
Okay, that's good. If he's in Hades' good graces, that's good to know.
You and Thanatos don't work together much anymore, do you, Meg?
No, though he still brings me my assignments every now and then.
Oathbreakers, traitors, and the like. Sending them straight to Tartarus, huh? Must be quite an experience going from living and breathing to being dead to being whisked off by Thanatos straight to you and your whip.
Sounds like a good time.
If that's not the experience mortals are looking for, they need only keep their oaths and not betray the ones they're closest to. It's not that hard.
You'd think.
I love the little whip flip she does. Very good. Lament of Orpheus, best tune. It's very good.
Hey, Dusa, this is kind of personal and you don't have to answer, but I have to know. So, did you used to have a body and all that? Because I've heard of Gorgons, well, that you had wings and such.
We kind of talked about this a little bit, but...
Prince, so, look, that's something very private that you're asking, and I know you don't mean any harm, but it just isn't something I discuss with anyone, okay?
That's fine. Look.
Who I am. Besides, as you can see, I don't need wings to fly.
Perfectly acceptable.
Well, that was inconsiderate of me. Look at what I caught, Chef.
And there we go.
Use them wisely, my friend.
Yeah, maybe a slightly touchy subject, but hey.
What's new?
Ooh, 500 darkness.
Could use some darkness.
Yeah, it's just a bit awkward all around, really. Sometimes your curiosity gets the better of you, I guess. We actually talked to Orpheus. I don't think we did because he was busy singing. We should say hello.
Chaos, huh?
I cannot talk right now, my friend, for I must sing.
That's honestly perfectly reasonable. Once again, sorry for bothering you. Here we go, we got the Lament of Orpheus. We got the Hymn to Zagreus. Should we buy those?
I think we'll go with this.
Add them to the repertoire so we have them.
Let's go with this one then.
A fine selection.
There we go. Now that's probably going to wrap us for today. It's been another good session. We've finally made that progress. Now we just have well, we have to turn in Artemis, but we've got it unlocked. We need to do Ares, Hermes, Demeter, and Zeus. I don't know if we need to do all of them, but we certainly need to do a few. Okay.
Something inevitable I can do.
All right, that's gonna do us for now. We'll set up for next time. We'll just check out what we've got here. Looks like probably the gun next, because that is the next one that's buffed. Might as well take the buffed ones. It's bonus stuff, you know.
For what you truly are.
Take the bonus ammo. We could take the. We haven't used Hestia in a while. Hestia is good fun. It's an interesting one. It's a bit unique.
Hestia.
I guess we'll crank it up a little bit.
Strengthens.
Hey, what's going on back there?
All set.
So now, of course, when we reload, our next shot is BAM! Rather than the standard 10 damage it does. Huge 125. We can take whatever we want with that. We could take like a Doom would actually be okay, because obviously we're only gonna shoot the once and then be done. But I don't know how Doom works because it may only oftentimes Doom is like scaled to the base damage, so it might not be very good for what we have. Nice obvious one would be Aphrodite. Maybe that would be the one to go for. Just as big a damage as we can get for those big shots. But that's for next time. So thank you everyone for coming along. It's been, as always, a lovely time. I know a lot of people have been lurking today because of the football, but again, always welcome. You know, you don't have to chat. As long as just be here and hang out. It's nice to have you here. Nice to play some Hades. And thanks to everyone who did chat, because it was a pleasure having you all. To Riva, to Kemutsemu, Kensdai Second, Kilwanye, Revelation. You know, anyone else who I missed in that little rundown. You like Hestia with the shotgun mod? Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting. I hadn't thought about that. Huh. That does sound kind of fun. But that's for next time. How'd they go? I think they won. In extra time. They got a penalty. But yes, as always, stay safe, stay hydrated, stay healthy, eat well, sleep well. All of that good stuff. Take care of yourselves, take care of others as well. I've been Ken, this has been Hades, you've all been delightful. I will catch you on the next one. Take care, and I'll see you then. Cheers!